Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, Mr. Burrs. Today we have another Ixalan Prerelease Kit, as well as my prize packs from my pre-release. I split with a guy. Basically, I was 2-1, and we were playing the 4th round, and he was 2-1, and he was like, do you want to just split? And so we each get 3, and I said, yeah, that's fine. So we split, and got 3 each. So that's why I only have 3 packs, because I'd rather have guaranteed 3 than have possibly 0. My first round, I won. My second round, I won, no problem. My third round, I got absolutely crushed. I played a blue-black pirate deck. You'll see here I have like a foil opt, which was pretty cool that I opened up. I went Revel in Riches just to be silly and try it. It wasn't a bad deck. I just didn't... I had hardly any removal in my pool in any color. Like red, blue, black, green, white. Like I think I had like one of the removals that destroys target attacking creature in white for 5, and I had one of the pacifisms in white, and then just like nothing else decent in white, like no rares in white, no good uncommons in white other than those ones. And then green I had like a pounce, but then I just didn't have like I had the Ripjaw Raptor and then pounce, and those were like my good green cards, and I was like I guess blue-black is the way to go, so I played blue-black. Anyway, so I got crushed in game 3 by a dinosaur deck that just it had like the 1/4 dinosaur sitting in front of all my little tiny pirates, and I couldn't go wide enough to get around him. So, c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. So let's open this up. All right. Crack this baby open and see what kind of cool stuff we get out of this pre-release kit. I hope you guys all enjoyed your pre-release sets. We got a white die here, or if you didn't get a chance to play, hopefully you get a chance to play in the near future. It seems weird. That got kind of like stuck in there. I don't know why that got stuck in there, but it did. Now, the thing you gotta watch out for is the promo card could be one of the flip cards. So, I like to do the flip card or the promo card last because it's just a thing that I enjoy doing. Anyway, sometimes it's a flip card, and if it is, then it's hard not to reveal it, right? So, all right. Let's see what we get out of the pre-release kit, and then we'll move on to the prize packs, and see what we got from our prize pool. Okay, Pillar of Origins. This is fine for fixing, but it's only for creatures, so it's kind of like Walk the Plank seems like a very good card. Good black removal. I really wish I had this in my blue-black pirate deck. Sorcery speed, but it's 2 mana, and it's destroy target non-merfolk, which not many people are playing merfolk in sealed. Glorifier of Dusk. This card seems pretty decent. This is a 4/4 for 5. Pay 2 life, it gains flying. Pay 2 life, it gains vigilance. Cool. Oh, man, we got a Star of Extinction Mythic. Now, this card is interesting. In the actual pre-release that I played, I opened a foil copy of this. But I didn't have the red to support going into red. And I was like, also, 7 mana is a lot to get to, just to wipe the board, basically. And I said, if any of my opponents are aggro, I'll never get to it. I'll just never get to it, because I didn't have any small-cost dinos to sit in the way and block early game to let me get to this kind of thing at the end, and then I didn't have any big dinos that I was ramping into, so I was like, well, I have nothing to get to, so I just didn't play it. So anyway, there you go, Sweet Mythic, Star of Extinction. I don't think it's like, crazy in value or anything like that, but it's a cool card. So it's a 7 mana cost, destroy target land, and it does 20 damage to each creature in Planeswalker, which is pretty insane. Deep Root Waters enchantment that gives you, whenever you cast a merfolk spell, you create a 1/1 blue merfolk token with hexproof. Ruthless Knave. This guy was in my sealed pool that I played. Good old token treasure generation. Deathless Ancient. This is a guy that I wish I had had in my pool because he's just very good. Now, I didn't play vampires, but I may have been more inclined to play the vampires I did have if I had had this in my pool. And we got the blue flip card. Search for Azcanta. So this is a 2-mana cost legendary enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into the graveyard. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform this. And it transforms into Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, which is add a blue to your mana pool, or tap 3, a blue and 2. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So there you go. It's a way to basically just like sort of search through your deck. I don't know if it's a card you would play in sealed, just because, especially with the number of creatures and stuff that are required in sealed these days, especially in this set. There's a lot of big dinos kicking around. I don't think you're gonna get to the point where searching through your library like that is going to be useful. Lightning Rig Crew, this guy just seems okay. I mean, he's a 0/5 for 3, which is pretty good. He gets in the way of a lot of things for 3 mana. And then he pings. And whenever you cast a pirate spell, you get to untap it. So it seems pretty decent. Dire Fleet Captain. This is one I didn't have in my sealed pools. So let's see. Red and a black. 2/2. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking pirate. That seems pretty good. Lightning Strike. So this is just basically like your lightning bolts. I mean, lightning strike, whatever you want to call it. It's instant speed, 3 damage, creature or player. I didn't have any of these in my pool either. Hey, Bishop of the Rebirth. This is pretty cool. It's like mini Sun Titan. That's what most people are calling it. It's a 3/4 for 5. So instead of 6 mana, it's 5 mana. But whenever it attacks, you get to return target creature card with a converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And that's to the battlefield, which means you basically get to, like, you know, crunch in with whatever else you want, which is kind of nice. Essentially, you can sack your small drops early on in the game if needed, and get them back, which is kind of cool. Verdant Rebirth, Sky Terror, Chart a Course. This was an interesting card. This card I found I played in my sealed pool more often than not without even having attacked. It's just value. Draw 2 cards, discard a land, basically, which works pretty well when you have a lot of small drops. And our rare is another flip card, but this flip card is a Conqueror's Galleon, which is a 2/10 for 4, crew 4. When it attacks, exile it at the end of combat and return it to the battlefield transformed under your control, which it transforms into Conqueror's Foothold, which is tap, add a colorless to your mana, tap 2, tap it, draw a card, then discard a card, tap 4, tap it, draw a card, tap 6, tap it, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That's cool. I haven't seen this one. I didn't know that there was a vehicle flip card. I thought they were all like enchantments or artifact like weapons. But I guess there's a vehicle too, which is kind of interesting. So 4 mana cost 4 crew for a 2/10. It's a huge body. Jesus, it gets in the way of things. 2/10 is huge. And I mean, I guess this turns into some stuff that's pretty good late game. Like, I mean, if you transform this on turn 4 or 5, and you've got nothing else to do, tapping 4 and tapping this to draw a card is not terrible, right? Tapping 2 and drawing a card and discarding is not terrible either if you're flooding out. So that seems pretty good, actually. Interesting. It's an interesting card. I'll give you that. Again, like I didn't look at any of the spoilers for this set. You got to remember, so you'll have to, you know, give me a pass on that. I hope. Kitesail Freebooter, a 1/2 human pirate with flying for 2. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until this guy leaves play. Oh, cool. So he's kind of like the what was that one from Theros? The Mind Maggot or whatever it was? Similar to that. Sentinel Totem. Merfolk Branch Walker. And our rare is Angrath's Marauders. So a 4/4 for 7. And if a source would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. Whoa. Okay. That's a thing. That is a thing. Holy moly. Alright. Elaborate Fire Cannon. Trove of Temptation. Ixalan's Binding. This is a very good removal spell for this format. And, hey, we got a Drowned Catacombs. There you go. Nice little blue-black buddy land. The buddy lands are back. So that was our pre-release kit. Based on what you're seeing here, I don't know what you would play. This is good. This is fine. I don't really like that. This is fine if you're playing green Merfolk, but I don't think we're going to be playing green. I don't think you play that. This guy seems fine. This seems fine. That seems fine. I don't know about this. I don't know about this card. It's interesting. It's like when it dies, you return it. So it's like stops it. It's like an anti-removal sort of thing, or it lets you block a thing and kill something. I don't know. But then it also draw a card, so it cycles this. It's kind of like a trick that cycles. It's kind of interesting. I think you might play it if you're playing green. Lightning Strike, obviously very good. Dire Fleet, good if you're playing red, black, blue pirates. This guy seems good for pirates. This guy seems good for vampires, good for pirates. This seems good if you're playing blue Merfolk, blue-green Merfolk. This is good for white. This is good for black. This is fine for tribal decks. So you have some pretty decent uncommons. Like, I mean, we only got 3 that we probably wouldn't play. So there you go. And our promo card. Boom! Mavrin Fen, Dusk Apostle. So this is the Vampire Cleric. This guy's pretty cool, actually. So he's a 3-mana cost 2/2. But he says, whenever one or more non-token vampires you control attack, create a 1/1 vampire creature token with lifelink. So you go wide really quickly with this guy on the table. If you have a lot of creatures that are not tokens that are also vampires, you get a lot of 1/1s. So like that makes you go wide pretty fast. Pretty fast. So anyway, that was our pre-release kit. We're going to make sure we keep the rares and things separate from our prize packs. But let's open the prize packs now and see what we find. Now, these were out of the prize box of Ixalan that the LGS had. So I have no idea what we're going to find in here. I know that my friend who played with me got her one pack of for playing in the tournament, and she opened a Vraska. So I know that I won't get a Vraska probably because she opened it. Vicious Conquistador, Emissary of Sunrise, Shapers of Nature. That guy seems interesting. Little blue-green Merfolk. Oh, interesting. Remove a token, draw a card. Hey, we got a Rootbound Crag. All right, little buddy land. I'm okay with that. Hey, we got our pirate token. That's the first pirate token I think I've ever opened, so that's good. Good to have those tokens, you know, especially if I plan to build some kind of, you know, pirate deck, which I probably will. I'll probably also build a dino deck, to be honest. All right. Duskborn Sky Marcher. Lookout's Dispersal. Sky Terror. And our rare... Wow! A Drowned Catacomb. 2 prize packs, 2 buddy lands. Can we go 3 for 3? That's the real question. Oh, we got an Opt there. Opt is worth like a couple bucks. That's surprising, you know. Not really surprising to me, but like it's a good card. Kumena's Speaker. River Sneak. Savage Stomp. This is a very good card for your dino deck. Holy moly, is it? So it's a 3-mana cost sorcery that says put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then that creature fights target creature you don't control. Except that if you're casting it on a dino, it costs 2 less. It costs 2 less. Jeebus. So 1 green mana. Oh, we didn't get there. But we did get Shaper's Sanctuary, which is an interesting card. This is whenever a creature you control becomes a target of spell or ability your opponents control, you may draw a card. That seems like a pretty decent enchantment, as a matter of fact. It essentially makes them really second guess whether they use their removal early game or not. Because if you drop this on turn 1 and then turn 2 you drop a creature, turn 3 you drop a creature, if they're going to do anything to those creatures, they got to be careful because it's going to make you draw cards. So anyway, those are some pretty decent prize packs. 2 buddy lands. I can't complain about that. And an opt. We got an opt out of it, so that's pretty decent. The uncommons were okay. But overall, that was a pretty decent pre-release kit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my store, nerdvanastore.ca, for all your single needs, as well as my Patreon, where you can get things like grab bags or bundles or boxes. I should probably have some bundles coming up in the near future for my patrons that are currently at that tier of Ixalan. So watch out for those, because I'm excited to open those next week. And as always, everybody, may your pulls ever be better.